Your cat doesn't tell you when something is wrong, not the way a dog would. She won't whimper at the door. She won't refuse to eat in front of you. She won't follow you around with sad eyes asking for help. By the time most owners realize their cat is sick, the illness has been hiding in plain sight for weeks. That's not because she's stoic. That's not because she's secretive. That's instinct, and it runs a lot deeper than most people realize. Here are the 6 silent signs your cat is secretly crying for help, and why missing sign number 6 could change everything. Sign 1. She stops grooming the way she used to. Picture this. You glance over at your cat sleeping in her usual spot, and something looks slightly off. Maybe her fur isn't quite as smooth on her back. Maybe there's a small clump near her hip you've never noticed before. You almost shrug it off. Don't. In the wild, grooming is the first thing a cat sacrifices when something is wrong. It costs energy. It requires flexibility. It demands focus. When a cat's body is fighting an internal battle, those resources get redirected immediately, and the fur is the first thing to show it. Researchers studying feline pain behavior have repeatedly found that reduced grooming is one of the earliest visible signs of illness, often appearing days or even weeks before any other symptom. What she's actually telling you is that something is taking up the energy she normally spends on staying clean. It could be early kidney issues. It could be dental pain that makes licking uncomfortable. It could be arthritis pulling at joints she used to twist without thinking. And here's the part that catches most owners off guard. The opposite is also a warning. A cat who suddenly grooms one specific spot obsessively, licking the same patch of belly or leg until the fur thins, is telling you the area hurts. Cats don't lick wounds because they want to. They lick them because their nervous system is trying to soothe a signal it can't turn off. If your cat has changed how she grooms, in either direction, drop a paw emoji in the comments. I want to see how often this gets caught early. 2. The spot she's choosing now isn't random. There's something most cat owners notice but never connect. A cat who used to sleep curled up on the back of the couch in the sunlight has slowly moved to the floor under the bed. A cat who always greeted you on the kitchen counter is now spending most of her day behind the laundry basket. You tell yourself she's just changed her mood. You tell yourself she likes the cool tile now. The truth is more specific than that. When a cat starts hiding, especially in places she never used to choose, her body is telling her something it isn't telling you. In feline behavioral science, there's a well-documented pattern called sickness behavior. When a cat feels vulnerable, her instinct is to make herself invisible, not because she's depressed, not because she's antisocial. Because in the wild, a sick cat who stays in the open is a cat who gets eaten. That instinct doesn't disappear just because she lives in a warm apartment with a person who would never hurt her. It's older than her relationship with you. It's older than her name. The new spot she's chosen will tell you a lot. Cool, hard surfaces often signal a fever or inflammation. She's looking for a place to dump heat. Tight, enclosed spaces often signal pain or anxiety. She's looking for walls to brace against. High, hard-to-reach perches often signal fear of being approached. She's looking for distance. None of these are random. Every choice is data. 3. Her appetite changed before anything else did. This one is hard to catch because it's quiet. She still eats. She still comes when you shake the bag, but the bowl takes a little longer to empty than it used to. Or she's been leaving small amounts behind when she always used to clean it. Or she eats fast for 2 days and then picks at her food for 3. Cats are creatures of relentless routine. Their appetite is one of the most stable things about them. When that stability cracks even slightly, it almost always means something internal has changed first. A study published in the Journal of Feline Medicine and Surgery found that subtle changes in eating patterns are among the earliest measurable signs of illness in cats, often preceding visible symptoms by an average of 2 to 3 weeks. Most owners don't notice because the change isn't dramatic. She didn't stop eating, she just started eating differently. That difference is the message. And here's what makes this one especially important. A cat who skips even a single full day of meals can develop a condition called hepatic lipidosis, where her liver starts breaking down fat too quickly to process. It can become life-threatening within days. So when your cat's appetite shifts, even a little, she isn't being picky. She's sending a flare. The cat who pretends she isn't hungry when she always was is the same cat who would have hidden the limp in the wild. Watch the bowl. The bowl tells the truth before she does. 4. She's drinking more than she ever did. You probably don't watch your cat drink. Most people don't. The water bowl gets refilled, the level drops, the routine continues. But somewhere in that routine, the data is changing, and your cat is the only one who knows it. Increased thirst is one of the most common early signs of 3 of the biggest silent illnesses in cats: chronic kidney disease, hypothyroidism, and diabetes. All 3 of them progress quietly for months before they ever announce themselves with a dramatic symptom, and all 3 of them push a cat toward the water bowl long before anything else looks wrong. The tricky part is that cats are evolving evolved to hide their thirst too. In the wild, a cat who drinks too much in the open is signaling weakness, so she'll often drink in private. She'll drink from the faucet at midnight. She'll drink from the houseplant saucer. She'll drink from the bathroom sink while you're at work. You won't see most of it. What you will see, if you pay attention, is the bowl emptying faster, the tile around the bowl getting a little wetter, the litter box getting a little heavier than it used to. A cat doesn't develop sudden thirst because she got bored. Her body's asking for something it's losing, and the only way you'll catch it before it's a crisis is to notice the bowl. Not the cat, the bowl. 5, her voice changed, and you almost didn't hear it. This one slips past almost every owner because it's not louder, it's not quieter, it's just different. The cat who used to greet you with one short chirp is now letting out a longer, lower meow. The cat who used to sleep silently next to you is now making small, almost questioning sounds in the middle of the night. The cat who never really vocalized at all has suddenly started having short conversations with the wall. Vocal changes in cats are almost never random. A study from the University of Lund found that cats use distinct vocal patterns to communicate specific internal states, and that those patterns shift measurably when a cat is in physical or emotional distress. The pitch drops, the duration lengthens, the cadence breaks the rhythm she's used her whole life. Most owners interpret these new sounds as personality changes. She's getting older, she's getting clingier, she's just talkative now. Sometimes that's true, but sometimes the new sound is the only language she has for something her body's doing that she can't explain. Pay attention to night vocalizations especially. A cat calling out into a quiet house at 3 a.m. is often confused, disoriented, or in mild pain. Hypothyroidism, cognitive decline in older cats, and high blood pressure all commonly express themselves first through changes in voice. She isn't being annoying, she's narrating something only she can feel, and she's choosing you as the one who might finally hear it. 6. The look in her eyes already told you. Remember what I told you at the start, that your cat doesn't tell you when something is wrong. Here's the other half of that story. She's been telling you. You just didn't know which signal to read. The eyes are the closest thing a cat has to a public-facing emotional dashboard, and once you know what to look for, you'll never look away again. A healthy cat's eyes are bright, clear, and fully present. The pupils respond smoothly to light. The third eyelid, that pale membrane in the inner corner, stays mostly hidden. The gaze is steady. There's a softness to it when she's calm and a focus to it when she's interested. When something is wrong, the dashboard changes. The third eyelid starts to creep up even when she's awake. The pupils stop matching, one slightly larger than the other. The gaze goes a little vacant, holding a bit too long without blinking, or pulling away from light she used to tolerate. Sometimes there's a tiny film over the surface, a faint cloudiness that wasn't there a month ago. These changes are often the very first thing veterinarians look for during an exam, because the eyes reveal what the rest of the body is still trying to hide. Pain, fever, neurological strain, dehydration, even early heart issues, they all leave fingerprints in the eyes. And here's the part that breaks most owners. By the time you notice the eyes have changed, your cat has likely been trying to tell you for weeks. Not because she didn't try sooner, because she tried in the only way she knew, and the world around her didn't slow down enough to listen. So slow down now. Look at her tonight. Really look. Notice the way she breathes when she sleeps. Notice whether her favorite spot is still her favorite. Notice the small things that have shifted in the last month, the ones you almost convinced yourself were nothing. Those small things are her language, and the cat who's been quietly trying to be understood her entire life deserves to finally feel heard. The cat sleeping next to you isn't just sleeping. She's communicating in a language older than words, in signals refined by millions of years of survival, in a quiet vocabulary, built only for the person she trusts most to read it. She's not silent. She has never been silent. She's just waiting for the day you finally learn to hear her.